me, Women's Month and Women's Day means a celebration of women in general. I think women do a lot. I think there's a lot of pressures subjected to women. I think there's just so much that is expected that women should be doing on a daily basis. So having a month dedicated to women is actually a bit little, but we have one, because men always complain that they don't even have a day. So we have a month. So I think in general, it's a celebration and the acknowledgement of what women have done over the years and what women continue to do. But just a deep sense of celebration and acknowledgement, because I think acknowledgement is good because you are recognized for the work that you do. Proud of myself because I think and I believe strongly that I found my calling, and my calling is education. I think I was fortunate enough to realize that much earlier on. And what really makes me proud is the fact that every day I'm able to impact a young person's life positively. It may be in the community, it may be in the classroom when I teach, but I always strive to improve myself. I strive to improve what I teach, try to be innovative so that when I do go to the classroom and do give over a message that somebody's life, even if it's one student out of 100, for me, it's okay because somebody's life has been changed. I think that's what makes me proud, that every day I have this unique opportunity and I'm blessed to be in that position to teach and to have the power to change somebody's life. Because it's actually power because you're the one standing in front of the classroom, you're the one commanding, you're the one giving information. So you could even give the wrong information. A young person wouldn't know, that you're saying the wrong thing. But I think what makes me happy is that I am in a position that I can do good. My mother is my biggest role model. I mean, there are phenomenal women that I work with, phenomenal women that are across the country, across the world, even men. She's still a domestic worker and she makes sure that we got the best education she could afford at the time. And she worked 7 days a week to ensure that we were fed, we were clothed, and we were educated. So yes, there are people out there that I admire and will continue to respect, but she stands out above the rest. She sacrificed everything. She sacrificed her joy. She sacrificed relationships. She sacrificed family. She sacrificed so much so that we could be where we are today, my siblings and I. So that for me, it really, she's just an example to me of what hard work can really give you. Okay, there's this lady, she's unknown. Her name is Alice Ball. Alice Ball, she's a chemist like me. So what she did at the age of 23, she's an African-American. She studied and lived in Hawaii, and she worked at one of the universities in Hawaii way back in the day. So she was born in, I think, 1892, and unfortunately, she passed away in 1916, very young. So at the age of 23, she discovered an effective medication or therapy for leprosy. So a lot of people, they ostracize people with leprosy, they hide them, and they, push them away from society because they get disfigured by the disease. So what she did was to take the medication that was in existence at the time, which was very oily, and she found a way that it can be easily absorbed by patients. Unfortunately, she didn't live long to see the benefits that patients still, they still benefit from even today, because she died the following year at age 24. So, and the pity is that she's not well documented, number one, and her death is also not well documented. So I would like to find out from her, girl, what were you thinking, in 19, what to do? I'll tell my younger self to chill, I'll tell my younger self to just give myself time to know what I would want. I didn't know what I wanted to do. All I just wanted was to get a good education and get educated. My belief was that is what would get me out of poverty. The thing that I really struggled with was the fact that my living situation, the poverty that I grew up in, I took it personally, and I took it upon me that I should be the one to take my family out of that. But as I look back now as an adult, I'm thinking that it wasn't my responsibility to think that deep at that age, you know, because I was okay. I was in a safe environment, struggling, although my parents didn't have much, but we had love, which is usually enough for a child. But I think I was too stressed about the future. What's going to happen to me? Where am I going? And all of that. So I would just tell myself, go just chill and go play outside. Stop worrying about the big people's business. And I think also in most African families, I mean, not just African families, I think in most families in general, that the name given to you, you know, you want to really follow in the name. So my name is Fanelwa. So you are born Faneleke Uchinja Ifemeli. You know, you are the one that was born to take us forward. So I think I really took it seriously at age 10 that, okay, ufanelekile, ndim ofanele ukususa umndeni awuse phambili, you know? So it was too serious. So I'll just tell myself to just relax. I think resilience is important. I think it's an aspect each and every one of us has. But obviously, some of us portray it differently and some of us tend to give up easily. It's nature, we're not the same. It's very important to be resilient and not just resilient in anything, but to be resilient in what you believe in. Most often, we are in our own journey, but we are looking aside at what others are doing. We tend to look, I need to catch up. You can't be resilient in that aspect because you're now looking at what others are doing, but you're not looking at your own journey and saying that I need to focus on my journey, and whatever happens within this path, I need to be strong for it. I need to build strength in order to carry on. In building it, I think I have a very good network of people around me. I mean, if it's a personal situation, I know who in my network to go to and talk about that. If it's professional, I know who to talk about it. And I get good advice. But I think what really strengthens me is knowing that I've identified what my purpose is on earth, and I'm just focused on that. I'm not worried about becoming something that I'm not. I think I'm comfortable in the way I look. I'm comfortable in what I'm doing, and I'm okay with it, irrespective of what people say. So I think building resilience, one has to understand, what do you want? Where are you going within your own journey? And if others pass you, let them pass you, because you know where you want to go to. But I think building it is just people around me, both family, both professionally, and friends. I have a close net of people that I can turn to, that when I do break down, I can pick up a call and say, I'm going through this. I think it's focusing on who you are, first establishing who am I, what do I like, what do I want to achieve for me. Then you start ignoring the noise, you start ignoring whatever happens along, and then you focus on. So when you do fall in your own journey, you dust off, you get up, and you move on again. So I am a fan of Kung Fu and Karate. So most people don't know about this. Yes, so I enjoy, and I can tell you the difference between Kung Fu and Karate, because most people think it's the same thing, Most people think it's the same thing, yeah, and it's not the same thing. So Karate is when you attack your opponent. So the skill of fighting that you've gained is for you to overpower your opponent, okay? Kung Fu, on the other hand, the techniques of fighting are such that to protect you from the opponent, okay? So the whole principle, you see, I told them, don't laugh at me. I knew it. And not a lot of people know this. And now, I am saying it to you and you record me. But in any case.
To the whole world.
Yes. I mean, this is a whole big thing. So, you learn techniques of movement and skills to protect you against your opponent. But Karate now, you see, you've seen Karate, you want to overpower the opponent so the opponent falls. It's mainly for harming. So I'm a huge fanatic, I like Karate and Kung Fu movies and all those Shaolin movies. You remember those old Shaolin movies? You see me watching that because I just believe in all the whole inner peace thing and the whole body movement, which I can't do, but I love that. I don't have much on my bucket list, but okay, one thing that stands out is traveling. I enjoy meeting new people because I like talking. So I like meeting new people. I like traveling. A place that I would like to go to, don't laugh at me again, is the Shaolin Temple in China. So I would like to go to the Shaolin Temple and see, because that's where Shaolin started, the art of Shaolin, which influenced Kung Fu and which influenced Karate. So I'd like to go there. Secondly, I've never been to Japan. Everywhere I've met Japanese people, they're very respectful people. So I'm so intrigued to see how they live. And the other thing that fascinates me about Japan are the geishas. The beautiful ladies that would put powder on them, and the silk kimonos. So that fascinates me a lot about Japan. But in general, I love the continent, Africa. I love the continent, Africa. So I feel that one day when I can afford it and all my kids are out and out of the house and no more wanting my 10 cents and my 10 rand, that I can tour Africa, just go from country to country, give myself time and just see how our people are living, how most countries live and taste the cuisine and get to speak to people. So that is what I would like to do one day. Family keeps me grounded because whatever happens in the world, you come back to them. They are the first to see you cry. They are the first to enjoy with you. They are the first to say congratulations. They are the first to wipe and clean your face when you are sick. So family keeps me grounded. So I invest a lot of time with not just my immediate family, with my children and husband, but also my extended family as well on his side and my side. I make sure that I keep in touch. I think family is important. So that keeps me grounded. And I think also I always remind myself to be humble and kind to people. I don't want a situation where we chat and I leave you with a bad taste of Fanelwa. It happens sometimes unintentionally. It does happen, I won't lie, that it happens where there's friction between people. But at all times, I try to be humble everywhere I go and in everything that I do, so that I leave you happy, I live happy, and that I can always fall on you in 6 months that, hey, Mish, I have this project. Can we collaborate? Can you help me there? Can you help me with that? So that for me really keeps me grounded. But like I say, it goes back to the principles of Kung Fu and Shaolin, all of that, because those are the principles that you are taught, or morals, ethics, and love and kindness, and just to be good to one another. So I live by that. So that always keeps me grounded. And also not forgetting where I come from. That always reminds me that, you are here today. You had friends the same age as you. You had friends that you played with when you were home, and they are not where you are today. So consider this as a blessing. I'll tell young women out there to be true to themselves, to be true to themselves. You would remember when we started, I spoke about the pressures on women, I think the worst part is that sometimes women are not even kind to one another. Sometimes because of all the competition that often happens, and also the competition against women, against men, because men are seen to progress much faster. They have more opportunities perhaps than women in some instances. But I think that women need to be kind to themselves and just be patient with themselves, identify what they like, and stick to that irrespective of what anyone says. Stick to what they want, stick to their vision for themselves, and just always focus on their own journey. Each and every one of us has something that gives us strength. They need to hold on to that. Each and every one has something we want. Each and every one has a place that we want to go to, or an agenda we want to achieve in our lives. That should be the driving force.